I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. That's a site with curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read that's going to help you find work more quickly. And I love this question. Are you better at managing up or managing down? And I'll simply say that questions like this that are framed as either or have a built-in trap because there's no simple way to answer it. And I would start off answering the question by saying something like this. You don't get to manage down unless you learn how to manage up. Boing! Because the truth of the matter is, that is a true statement, right? And I'm talking to you who might be watching this. So you start by answering the question, you don't get a chance to manage down unless you learn how to manage up. And when I was starting off in my career and starting off with my firm, and you go back to the time when you were relatively inexperienced. So if you're in your fourth company, you talk about at your first company, where you learned that there were times you really had to manage your boss because you were dependent upon them. You needed something from them that they weren't giving you, and you learned how to give them gentle reminders. Then as you became more experienced, you learned not just simply how to manage up, but you learned how to manage sideways. That is, in relationship with your peers. As you become more experienced, it's not your peers, it might be different business units, representatives of those business units, the head of a specific function in another department, so that you were managing them, managing your boss, and as you became more experienced, you had the opportunity to manage down. It all starts with you learning how to manage. And you start by talking about yourself. So I want to take this one from the top, right? So when I was a beginner, I learned how to manage up. And with time, I learned that unless you know how to manage up, you never have the opportunity to manage down. So in situations at the beginning when I was just starting out, I learned that there were things I was dependent upon my boss for that they got distracted with or became too busy to get back to me. It was going to impact me. So I learned how to give them a gentle nudge in order to get them the information that I needed in order to take action. As time progressed and I started to have more opportunities, I understood that managing myself is really the starting place and paying attention to detail. So, I learned to manage up. I learned to manage the different constituencies that I was interacting with, including the different business units I was supporting, my colleagues at the same level, and as importantly, the people down below who were reporting into me. Don't use the down below thing I almost stepped into. It starts to make you seem like you're the Lord and they're the vassal. So I continue. So the idea becomes, you want to talk about how at the beginning you learned the importance of managing up because you were dependent upon your boss. As time progressed, you learned not just simply to manage up, but you learned how to manage sideways with the different constituencies that you interacted with and began to have the opportunities to manage down. Unless you do all of these things effectively, you don't really get the opportunities to move ahead. And it really starts with managing up. You've gotten really good at that, but you don't want to, ultimately, I don't want to pin myself down to one or the other because they're all really interdependent. So that's the best way to answer it, I think. I hope you found this helpful. If you're interested in my coaching you, maybe preparing you for an interview, critiquing a resume and or LinkedIn profile, helping you with a salary negotiation, answering your job search questions, I'll simply say connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Mention that you saw this video. I'd just like to know that people see my stuff. And then once we're connected, schedule some time for coaching with me. Obviously, I don't work for free. I am going to charge for the service, but I'd love to help you. Hope you have a great day. Take care.